Right, so we are in episode 3. Welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed the first 2 episodes. Sorry this episode is slightly, 2 weeks late. I've had quite a few things to do and just been trying to balance my outside of YouTube life with recording, and it just seems to have fitted in a way that's not really been recording, but now I'm back. Should be back on the weekly uploads. Last time we built the silo and the crop fields, which last episode I think I said enough. I'm very pleased with, but we didn't have time to do the path or the animal pens that are going over there. So I think we're going to lay out the path together. So I'm just going to use, I don't know, let's find a block that's quite easy to follow. So normally like a wall, normally quite a nice like red wall. That's what I normally use to lay out builds. So we're going to go from this gate probably to this. Oh, is this? Oh, it's concrete. I thought it was. Hang on, sorry. Right. Oh, it doesn't matter. Right. Concrete to this door, and then it's also going to divert off round here, being a little bit weavy, so we can. And then it would also go to that door, but then it's going to have a bit of a turn there, a bit of a wobble there, and then at this wobble it will go down here to wherever the pens may get built, probably somewhere in this vicinity here. So we'll mark that out with a different colour concrete, because I use concrete like a bit of an idiot, but the pens are going to go somewhere like over here. And that, for now I'll just do this. Last time I did lay this out off camera, but I thought I'd show you the process that I go through to choose the area where I normally build, because, well, it's a little bit important and it is a skill that does take some time to get. But that will probably be like a, what? I can't just say cow pen, because cows don't really get pens, neither do sheep, but that's going to be like one of the sheep fields, I think. Yeah, that would be one of them, and then another one maybe behind the pig pens. So this path would have to go even further. And if you didn't know, you can press, if you're on keyboard and mouse, you can press the middle scroll wheel and it will give you the block that you click. So like if I wanted grass, I could just press the middle scroll wheel. I was already in my inventory, but it would get any block that you right click on. Okay, so probably somewhere around here would be nice for the other one to be. It's not really the same size, because I think this one would be for cows, so it needs to be slightly bigger. But yeah, if you are enjoying, make sure to comment on the videos or just leave a like. If you can go one step further to support the channel, you can subscribe, but it's not compulsory for you to subscribe. It's purely your decision, but it would help me out a lot if you did. And first episode did get far more views than the second episode, so if we could boost them up as well. If you're tuned into this third episode, not watching the second, and have not watched the second, make sure to check that out, because the second episode was quite packed with more detail for some reason. The first episode was good, but the second just blew it out the park. Actually, I think I'm gonna not connect these, but have maybe a fence in between, because this is pretty nicely lined up. I say that and it isn't actually lined up, but we can have a little bit of a slant, I think. Unless I just bring this one back by one block, I think I'm going to do that. Yeah, so make sure you are, well, if you want to, checking out the other episodes that have been recorded. They still take me the same amount of time, roughly maybe a couple of hours of recording and then an hour or so of editing, because there's not really a lot of editing to do. But this is the plan that we're going to have for today's episode. I'll just go up and give you an aerial view. This farm is coming along really nicely. I might have to change the block palette for the pig pens so they actually fit the rest of the build, but overall we're going to be, in this episode, we're going to get finished the pathways that are leading to everything, just to tie it all together, with maybe a few little details on the side, but that may come in the next episode, just detailing everything. So it'll be quite a short episode, and then in this episode we'll get finished, so like I said, the paths and also the fields. So I think the first thing we're going to do is complete the path from the crop fields over here all the way to this bit here, I think, and this will be where the first clip stops, which I'll mark out with green, I think. Yeah, we'll just mark this out with green. So that's where we'll get to, and it will just be a winding path, and I'll talk you through what blocks I use when I finish the first section. I've finished the path and I'm extremely happy with how it turned out. Some parts of it are quite square, but I feel like I've mixed in enough of the mossy blocks and the regular blocks like cobblestone and stone bricks. It leads into the barn, as you can see, quite nicely, breaking up that face of the barn somehow, but slowly keeping it like nice and integrated into the build. Here there is, on the left side, it is a little bit more higgledy-piggledy than the left, apart from here, where it is quite like quite square. So I might just add a block or two there in the like after this bit of the recording. The path then continues round to the doorway where it does hit a very square point, but I wanted that to be square to sort of have a little bit of like practicality, because there would be quite a straight, not driveway, but driveway-esque view for vehicles or people to walk on without having muddy, like without getting muddy. So that's the first section complete. So it does just pull the build together, adding a little bit more depth. I might add some little storage containers on the outside just to break up that patch of grass there. It goes nicely from the crop field, because the crop field has a perfect no mossy cobble or stone brick look, so it does transfer nicely integrating in all those blocks. So yeah, something needs to go there because it is a little bit plain, but that's easily solved. And I think what we'll do next is get this path out ready to then build all of the fields that the animals are going to go in. First one we've got to connect to is the pig pens, and then it will have a split where it will go to the fields, as you can see from the plan. So I'm going to get started on that, and I'll tune in when I've finished doing that.
I really, really want you to step
so far is finally complete. This took me surprisingly longer than I anticipated, but as promised, I'm going to get the fields finished. Whether they're going to be done to a high standard, I don't know, but as you can see, the blocks have remained the same all the way throughout to make sure that theme of quite a, not run down, but well-used farm has been complete. This end, it does start to get a little bit more grassy, but that's fine because we're leading on to fields. But laying out these fields is going to be quite difficult because they're on such a slope. I need to add some slabs here, so we'll do that on camera. So what this will do, won't it? This needs to be encased in. Yep, so there we go, that is that finished. So that is the paths finished for now, and now we're going to move on to the fields. There's going to be two, one small one for the not for the cows, for the sheep, and then there's going to be a bigger one, which is the long one that you can see behind the pig pen. That's going to be for cows. But the first thing that I've got to do is try to make it so that they're more level than they are now, without damaging too much of the terrain, because I'm going to have to terraform, and if I have to terraform, I'm not going to include it in the actual time lapse because it's quite a boring thing to watch. So I'll do that off camera and then just do a cut, because terraforming takes a very long time and I don't want this episode to be too long because it's already quite long now, I think. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the borders of the pens removed and then probably do the terraforming and then jump into a time lapse of me doing all the fine details. Next episode with the fine details of bushes and things surrounding the farm and the path. I'm really pleased with how the walls and boundaries have turned out. Still have quite a bit of terraforming to do around the back, which you'll see in a second. I did the side here. This isn't a form structure that Minecraft has generated. I had to build this section here, and as you can see, it did take me quite a while, but I still got quite a lot of terraforming to do around the back. But that will be done by next episode off camera, as will the details will be done on camera, sorry, and final terraforming things will be done off camera just to make sure that the boring parts are out of the way. But other than that, I'm really happy. I'm going to also put in the animals off camera, but then the troughs and little, not huts, but little areas where there needs to be shelter, I'll do on camera because they're fine details, and I'll do the bushes next episode. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Our progress so far is this. The farm is almost complete. Once we finish this, we'll be moving on to the docks, and I'll see you in the next episode. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.